Yo, it's me, Danchou. Welcome back to the Hideout, you guys. I'm so glad you guys can make it. And as you guys know, we're talking about another Candy Flurry chapter, chapter 3, okay? It's been coming up pretty smooth. I'm pretty excited, and some things I've been predicting has already been happening. So, yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that, all right? But like I always say, you guys, if you like supporting the channel, please make sure you hit that like button and you hit the subscribe button. And don't forget the bell icon right next to that red subscribe button, okay? So you don't miss anything that's coming to the channel, all right? We got to get Candy Flurry popping. We got to get Candy Flurry some excitement. So make sure you share these videos with your friends, all right, you guys? And also, if you want to support the channel, make sure you hit the coffee link below for any donations. And make sure you swing by our Patreon so that you can spend the $1 or more so that you can come be a part of all the exclusive Patreon content that we have at Danchou's Hideout, all right, you guys? I'm really, really excited for you guys to come and join that, all right? But before we get into it, as I always say, intro. Guys, so chapter 3 of Candy Flurry pretty much went as I expected it. So the chapter starts off with our MC and our side guy, okay? And they're already back at school the next day after the events of the end of the last chapter, all right? So pretty much they already know they're on the same page. They're going to agree with each other and try to work with each other to figure out what was really going on with this lollipop user years ago, right? So pretty much how this chapter starts off is pretty much where I expected things to go for this story. The lollipop girl, aka our main character, she decides that she wants to join the Recette. So she says to him, how do I join? You know, and our side guy's all shocked, like, what do you mean you're supposed to be hiding this, that, and the third? What do you mean you want to join the Recette? And she basically makes this notion that she wants to join them and start doing things with them so that she can find the lollipop user and clear her name. Which, like I said in my last review, is pretty much what I expected to happen with her, was that she was going to join the Recette and then she was going to try to figure out, okay, what can I do a part of these guys to figure out how to find the lollipop user. But what I'm loving that's interesting is that she clearly can't let them know that she is a lollipop user, because she won't be able to just be like, it wasn't me, and someone believe her. They'll probably take her, lock her up, question her, maybe torture her, who knows. She still has to go this roundabout way of doing things, right? She can't just go, all right, I'm gonna join the Recette and figure out all the truth. She has to still keep some things secret. And that's not gonna be easily done, because as we see in that next page after we get those moments, is that the Recette has already found shards of her lollipop from her fights, which is really cool that, okay, she isn't just getting away with doing moves and disappearing because no one's seen her summon the lollipops. No, now they know someone's out here using lollipops because pieces of her weapon is being left in shards like that, is being left around. So now the Recette, and we see whatever judge, whatever grand council member, whatever that guy is, basically telling the new character we get introduced to that she's being tasked with going and finding that lollipop user and going to investigate. And I find it very interesting that they chose her to investigate, and she also goes to the same school as the MC and as our new guy. What also makes me interesting is that, did she not know that the other girl was a member of Recette as well? Because when he was introduced like, I'm a Recette member. So at first I thought he was the only Recette member at the school. But now we know we have this chick who's a 3-star Recette member. And now we have a breakdown of the different levels of Recette members, as I had predicted too as well. We knew what was just common sense is going to be levels to them. But I figured that the dude that we meet, he's not high up. I figured that he wasn't someone that was really deep into Recette, didn't have a lot of power, this, that, and the third. Well, yeah, now we know it's confirmed he's only a 1 tier or 1 star. So he's really not that powerful. But then we have the 3-star Recettes, which is, that's the oral agent, I would say, the 3-star agent, which is the new character that we have. And I already love her power. Her power is literally my favorite sweet/dessert of all time, which is ice cream. So freaking cool. And I love the characterization of her, where it like kind of subverts your expectations, where you meet her and she has this very serious, the glasses, like she seems very clear, clean cut, precise with every little thing she does, but then they zoom down to her socks and they're mismatched because she woke up late. Like, it's really awesome because she comes off like a character who always is on schedule, doesn't mess anything up. Oversleeping is not what they do. They always have, but no, she does that. She oversleeps. she be having putting on mismatched socks because she be fuddled while she's oversleeping, like, you know, waking up from the oversleep. It's just all of this cool stuff that I'm seeing Candy Flurry do that I hope Candy Flurry keeps going. I love to see a series bring in tropes and not like subvert from them in a really serious way, even though I love that. I love when they subvert in a serious way, but seeing Candy Flurry subvert in a more comedic way is really, really cool, while there's still being very serious undertones where this 3-star Recette member is very serious to the point to where she does not need to find out the truth. And if she does find out the truth, we have to hope she finds out and decides to help them. It'd be a really good asset to have a 3-star agent on their side trying to help them maneuver, but I have a feeling that that's not how that's going to go, and they're still going to be trying to play this game of cat and mouse, keeping things secret while still trying to involve her into the group, you know, into the Recette group. It's going to be really cool, I think, seeing everything happen. And this chapter was a lot of funny moments and just a lot of characterization for the new character and just seeing how she interacts with the main character and our side guy as they're trying to keep things secret, but she's clearly coming and jumping in, trying to keep them from having secrets, because it's like she can tell that something's up, something isn't being 100% truthful, and I like that she's noticing that. You know, it's really cool, and I'm just excited to see what else is going to happen and where we're going to go from here. And a lot of these chapters are ending on really good cliffhanger points to where I'm like, okay, well, now I really want to see what happens next because you ended it in a really good spot, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this Candy Flurry chapter. I didn't have too much to really talk about. This chapter felt more like a slice of life with us figuring out that the Recette does know that there's a lollipop user out there now. We got introduced to the different tiers. We got 1, 2, 3-star tiers now. We got introduced to a 3-star agent who's really powerful and actually does use sweet powers, which is ice cream. So now we know that Recette members actually do use sweet abilities, and probably the higher up you are is the higher, more people who have sweet user abilities. So when you go 2-star and 3-star, that's probably when you start running into the sweet users. But the 1-stars just have those forks and stuff fighting, you know? So I'm just interested. We're gonna see where things go, all right, you guys? But like I always say, this is Danchou. If you like this content, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you hit the subscribe button with that bell icon. And don't forget to support us on Patreon and Coffee if you want to give any type of monetary support. All right? But peace. Young noise.